I used to feel so devastated. At times I thought we never make it.
Stop it. This is episode
14. This is 14, I think.
Yeah. Welcome back. True to Wire, Squadcast episode 14.
Yeah.
We got someone special in house today. Special is an interesting choice of word. No, but seriously, we have Christian Thorne joining us today. Welcome to the Squadcast.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate you coming.
Thanks for coming through, Christian. We really appreciate you coming through, man.
Thanks a lot, guys. I love your show.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thanks.
We appreciate the listenership. We do, and the engaging with the fan base is always something we need to do more of. So, people that are out there in the Squadcast world and are watching our YouTube videos, just remember that we can call on you. Just quickly, like, I'm Dave Nielis, alongside me is Tremaine Grant, and again on the far left, Robin Douglas. You seem to be anchoring a lot recently, I realize.
Yeah.
Being the last person that gets called.
Yeah. The anchor position.
That's an interesting dichotomy there, given I'm such a
slight fellow. I was like, Robin, don't take it there. Come on.
So,
oh my God.
We're here today because a lot of music has come out, and we haven't gotten a chance to do any real reviews of the music. Oh wait, big shout out to Neil. You can't see him; he's off camera.
He's off camera, but he's here.
He's here.
He looks like Freddie Gibbs.
I love it. What's been a hot fire?
So a couple of albums dropped, and we wanted to spend time talking about three of them in particular.
Yeah.
And the three albums that we're going to talk about overall, we're going to talk about Damn, of course, which everyone's kind of going crazy about.
Trendy.
And we're going to talk about More Life, which we didn't get a chance to do a review for at all.
More Life! No head tops are said.
And we're going to talk about Joey Badass's All-American Badass.
All-American Badass.
With 3 Ks. So we're going to actually start talking about that album first.
Yeah.
And, customary. Guess first, Christian, did you actually listen to Joey Badass's album?
I did, and I'd like to thank Joey Badass for making Common Black America Again Part 2.
Interesting comparison.
The thing is, David always told me about how, Kendrick is such a boss when it came to the use of jazz and stuff, but Joey Badass just far outdoing man this time. Like, they got 2 songs in particular that had a real nice, jazzy, the Why You Don't Love Me.
Why You Don't Love Me is fantastic.
That's a nice track, though.
Very nice song.
And there was a Legendary, right?
With J. Cole.
Yeah, that had
the music.
It had Guru Jazzmatazz feel.
That's what featured J. Cole, isn't it?
That's
yes.
J. Cole. I think J. Cole produced the song as well.
Oh, yeah, J. Cole did production.
Well, you can hear that. I'm sorry, I recognize it as a J. Cole production.
Interesting.
Yes.
And it's not like a Jazzmatazz piece,
which is a very good reference. You've ever listened to Jazzmatazz stuff?
Were you asking me?
God,
Come on, watch yourself, boy. you want me to go dust off my 3 Jazzmatazz CDs?
Even Neil is saying that he's listening.
I'm very familiar with it.
I mean, I like the second one a lot more.
God.
The third one isn't really that awesome.
But
his point.
Public service announcement to all the fake woke out there. Please stop doing it. The first 4 tracks, America Can. I don't know what that was. That was worse than the Kendrick intro. Temptation, I don't know. Then there's Free. Oh, let me start from this.
Land of the Free.
Let's quote it.
Okay.
Can't change the world unless we change ourselves. Stop it. Stop doing it.
What's wrong?
Stop it.
What do you take issue with here? I don't understand.
You are fake woke.
How do you know I think fake woke?
I come and did it 4 months ago.
All right, hold up.
But what is fake woke anyway?
It's when somebody doesn't have really anything interesting to say, but they're like, the wokeness is the in trend right now, so he can't really contribute. But what he's doing is he's saying inspirational things so as to be relevant, and I cannot stand it.
You don't think that it's real. You think that it's just a caricature of what's going on at the moment. But so what you're telling me is that Joey essentially roll out a Pepsi ad.
It's interesting you said that because what that made me think about is the fact that if you think that everything Joey is saying in this album is fake woke, it means that you have not been chronicling his.
The first 4 tracks are fake.
No, stop. Forget All American Badass. Let's go all the way back to 1999 or before the money.
Yeah.
Let's go all the way back to
Summer Nights.
Summer Nights. He's been talking about this stuff for
He's been
hours.
talking about the hood, but he hasn't been talking about America as a whole.
Are you discrediting Like Me, which was a very...
This is a classic case of me hate liking something, which is that the first four tracks you bored me, and then you brought this jazzy trumpety. I think it was the same one, the first jazz track with the Why You Don't Love Me, and when the trumpets kicked in, I was like, oh, you can actually make music. So that little diatribe for the first 4 tracks. Once that ended, I was like, he went back to what he usually did. And Joey Badass been using jazz for years.
So wait, quick question before I let you round up. Like, I saw a post that you put up talking about how much you really loved the Chronic song, and you said something that actually resonated with me very much. You said, when are Chronics and Joey Badass going to do a dual album?
I could only dream, B. Like, their chemistry is so much better than
let me get this straight.
Damian Marley and Nas. Like,
A very underrated album, like best hip hop.
very overrated. Very overrated.
Nah, underrated album, dude.
Because you can flow on similar beats, don't make you the same thing now.
What album are we speaking about?
He's
Sorry,
talking about this.
I don't even remember the one that had Rose to Zion on
You're
it.
saying it's overrated or
He's saying
underrated?
Distant Relatives is overrated.
Are you crazy?
Yes! You made Neil question.
Are you crazy?
I'm crazy.
Talk about Nas.
Nas and Junior Gong.
Well, you know, I didn't
Marley.
like that.
That's
You
a
like that album?
I didn't like it.
That's a very
Why?
underrated. Rock.
Well, that's because of my personal philosophies. And if you think about what that album says, that entire album is very deeply steeped in religious doctrine.
Right.
Yeah, and I couldn't get
And
it.
you don't. Right.
You
Right. So
listen
it's not the music. It's not.
I always listen.
High five. High five to listening to music.
No. I mean, I don't want to be that guy. Like, every time I'm listening to an album, I don't want to be skimming through it. You know, like Jay-Z's be hovering over my head. Like, do you actually listen
to music or do you skim through it?
I don't want to be that guy. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, sometimes I have skimmed and I'm like, where did this milk come from?
I knew it, Robin. Why?
I need you to
We have guests.
Gets good, and then it's sort of, for the rest of the album, there's top tracks, decent ones, all mixed together. All comes together for a good effort. I'll give it 7 out of 10.
Give it 7.
That's a high mark for what you were saying.
That's
And it's a downgrade because they tell your advice and went back, listen to it. People should not do that because when people go back and listen to certain people's projects, they might actually realize that they lack talent. But I actually went back and listened to Joey Badass and they realized
Give me like
this man has no grasp of politics or anything. He's just talking.
Fair enough.
You really think it just
give me your example of that. Give me your example of
can't
that.
change the world unless we change ourselves. That's Sesame Street.
It is. I find it is very
You
simplistic.
might not used to run the shop or whatever in Sesame Street would say something so to Elmo.
Well, I have an amazing
I want to hear. Is that your final analysis?
Hey, leave that more to this.
Is that your? I want to get on to Robin because I want to hear how Robin said this album. So give us your breakdown on how you felt. About
Okay, as an overview, this album spoke to me very, very deeply.
Right.
But that's because I have my own.
Give me the look, man. Your mom reposition you.
I thought this man. I used to have.
You so red.
I said deeply. I said deeply.
So here's what I'm saying. The message. When I first listened to it, I will agree with Christian on 2 points. When I first listened to it, the first 3 songs they didn't speak of anything particularly innovative in terms of production and melody. But Land of the Free is. I'm sorry, Land of the Free is just an amazing track to me. It really is. Yeah. And I'm talking about, like, when I talk about, and you know, Christian was saying something earlier about Joey not really, you know, really a much more simple man. And I actually think that's an interesting point. Because I think, and you can crucify me for this, everyone out there, sorry about this, Joey. I think that a lot of rappers are simpler people than we may think. But that doesn't mean that they don't have concerns and deep passions and opinions about complex issues. Correct. So they may not always be able to articulate a particular social issue like the average sociologist and doctor or fellow of sociology may be able to articulate nuanced points about the way in which people interact in society and all of that. But that don't mean that they're speaking about the same thing. So anyway, so when I listen to Joey, I understand what you're talking about. How sometimes you think to yourself, well, that's a very, you know, simplistic way of looking at something that's really powerful. I'm sorry, but I felt like Joey's been thinking about this stuff for a little while. and Like Me Touched Me, right? The song from the previous album? That was the previous album, wasn't it? That was on Before the Money.
Yeah.
So when I hear Loud and Free and you say those lines of full house, the cards that I was dealt, right? And we're going with the poker reference.
Yeah, poker reference. Yeah.
3 Ks, 2 A's in America,
Correct.
right? I didn't even think about the fact when I shout out to Nikita Gibson that she was like, oh, well, you know, obviously the 3 Ks is the Ku Klux Klan. I'm like, well, yeah. And she's like, and the 2 A's are the African Americans. I was like, oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Oh my God, right? And she's like, and it's an interesting way because if you look at that line like that, he is saying that yes, they're Latinos. And they're Asians, and they're all these different types of Americans. But America, and I agree with this, has been for so long this constant struggle of black people who were the previously enslaved versus the power structure of white people, and that back and forth. 3 Ks, 2 A's in America. The man completed the card reference. Several bars later, the man is, well, I know you want to talk about double entendre, and I'm sorry, but
do not use the G word, please.
G?
Please.
What's the G word?
Jeans?
Yeah.
Because you know he did say that his G's move silent like a designer.
Just say that you enjoy the reference and keep it moving.
Yeah, all right. My man, like, I know that the man can give me that look again, right? But anybody got some tissue? Because I'm sorry. This album touched me. I guess I have a personal like thing that's dear to me about the plight of disenfranchised people, in particular black people across the globe, and hearing the way that he spoke about what's going on just touched me. I'm sorry, but there was a particular song where like I was shaking my head in my car and my son looked at me and was like, Dad, what happened? And I was just like, this is just so hard. And he was like, calm down. And last thing, there was a point when I first listened to it that I felt that the album was repetitive. Because I felt like when you talk about the plight of black people in America dealing with white power, right? Once, how many times you can talk about it?
For 4 tracks straight.
But when I listened to the album again, I began to pick up the greater nuances, different angles he was speaking. So I'm gonna finish there.
Yeah, because I want to get Trent to see how Trent feels about it.
Right. I felt like this album was necessary because Joey tackled a subject matter that I think people previously only like touched on in other albums. Like people would say this, Kanye would say that. You know, people touch on it, but he attacked it. It definitely had a theme. There was a subject matter to this album, this record.
Not across you, but what about Christian's point that Common made this album 4 months ago? I mean, not just 4 months ago. He made it twice.
Well,
because if you think about it, Nobody's Smiling is the dark version of Black America again.
Yeah, Black America.
Well, fair enough. But for me, this resonated more with me. I don't know if it's because of the timeliness of it.
Yes.
But it just felt like a record that I needed to hear. Okay. I can only speak from me as a black person.
This comment's not popular anymore.
Well,
and you know, that's a good point though. Common reach who he's gonna reach. Joey reaches the others.
Well, yeah. Joey's in the new wave,
right?
You understand? So obviously there's a different audience. But I feel as if it was a strong record. But to me, the purpose of the record was not for bangers. It felt revolutionary. It felt like something to get people thinking on a deeper level about what's happening out there. So this goes back to my thought about music and the fact that music serves so many different purposes. Yes. Right? So like, I mean, and it's writing on the wall. It's like any art. You go in a cave and you see hieroglyphics. It paints a picture of what was happening. You can go back and listen to this Joy album, and you know President Trump. You can say, well, yeah, you know,
this happened at this time.
This happened at this time. You understand what I mean? And so for me, that is so much more important than having bangers.
I don't think it's just bangers.
Shout out to
so
Walkaboy Baby and Ring the Alarms.
I was just gonna say those are 2 bangers.
Yeah, no, there are, but my point is that was not the philosophy behind the album.
Quickly, I would say this. I think when Omar was listening to it, he felt very much how you two felt about the album. And
Omar listened to it?
Yeah, he loved it. Omar loved it.
He listens to anything but Kendrick Lamar?
No shade, no tea. No shade, no tea.
Oh dear. Some of that Ohms.
Wow.
Right now the posters, no.
That's a big trolling. So like he was listening to it, he was telling me how much he was moved by it because of the subject matter, and hearing you guys explain that brought me back to a place of, because when I heard him say that, I said pretty much what Christian said. I said, well, for me it doesn't resonate as much because J. Cole made this album, and with 2014 Forest Hill Drive, because he timed this when I dropped.
True,
and then Common made this album, and Till Quali has been making this album.
Wow.
Roots have been making this album. But that whole idea of being from the new wave and having somebody in the new wave who can transmit that emotion, because that's the thing about what music does very well. Even in your most simplistic approach, right? When you don't have large-scale, deep wordplay and explanation, like how Quality might be able to dictate a thesis on how government works in bar structure, and be able to detailedly tell you how this is supposed to end the system, he doesn't have to. You do not have to have a full working understanding of every single methodology and piece of sociology to be able to make music about it. Because music is about making people feel something. So you can say two bars. You can make 2 grunt noises on a song and move somebody. Neil over there just getting in. And that's the point. Like, if that moves you, fine. If it doesn't move you, that's cool.
Move me to select the next track.
And that's fine. That's fine.
We can get for what you can listen to music on the whole. Sorry.
That's
you should only listen to instrumental